What's up, everybody? How you doing? Well, with my voice cracking and hanging out with Steven. Welcome to Horror Hangout, everybody. We've been
Puberty's
trying
a
to get
bitch,
this
huh?
one. Do what?
Puberty's a bitch.
It sure is. My bitch ass over here, 40, just getting curly hair, bald hair. Fucking yeah, we've been trying to get this one nailed down for like 2 months, man.
Has it been that long?
It's been a long, dude. We've been trying to get this one done for like 2 solid months, bro.
Wow. Time flies.
It really does. So I've got this little jar of white paint. There's no telling what might happen during this episode, folks. No, I was just on the desk and I have a fidget problem, so I was like, I'll just hold on to this.
I was gonna say we didn't discuss this in rehearsal. What the fuck's about to happen?
When fidget spinners came out, it was like a legit thing for me. I was like, oh, I need those. Like, I don't want them, I need them. I wish I still had some, but
I was saying, what'd you do with all of them?
Hurricane Harvey took them from me.
Oh, that fucking bastard.
Yeah, dude.
I remember that guy.
Yeah, he was a dick. Anyways, tonight's episode, we are talking about the 2003, I believe, right?
Correct,
Texas
sir.
Chainsaw Massacre remake. Hot take: it's better than the original.
Okay, is this where I speak up, or I don't know?
No, I'm just waiting for people to get mad and type in the comments. I don't really believe that. Somebody has already hit stop and then type in angrily in the comments, and that's who that was for. Everybody else is like, this guy. Oh, okay, he's just being an idiot. But I think we're almost at 666 subscribers. I'm pretty excited about that.
Nice.
So everybody that's new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate your time. But what we do over here in Horror Hangout, if you haven't seen an episode yet, we're only like, I think 8 deep or something like that. I get on here with a friend of mine or a guest that I haven't met before, and we just talk about a movie that we agreed beforehand to watch, not necessarily together if we're not local, but like Steven lives in Tennessee now, so he can't be local here, but Zoom has been a great help for this kind of stuff. So this, like I said, this week's episode is the Texas Chainsaw remake, and let's just dive right in, man. I think that it is a very well done remake. I like that it's not I don't know what to call it. It's not like a direct shot for shot remake. It's like, it feels to me like 2 separate generations got a hold of the same script and made it just on their own. Even that's not what happened, but it feels like it. It feels like somebody went, oh, this is cool, and they read it and they're like, let's make a movie out of it, even though they didn't realize it was already made, because there's a lot of similarities, but it's not the same movie. And sure. I like that, man. It's enough to where you're like, this is a Texas Chainsaw movie, and it's different enough to be like, okay, it's not just a, like, you remember when they did the Vince Vaughn Psycho? Like, it's not, that was like, I mean, it was, how do you make a shot-for-shot remake of a movie and it's bad, and it's a movie that's a classic? Like, that's what happened.
Well, because you're talking about something that's 50 years apart. So, I mean, if you're gonna do something that has that much time in between the original and this, what you're trying to do, which this one qualifies, this was 30 years in between.
Yeah.
You got to reimagine it. You have to. What's the point of doing it if you're going to go shot for shot? If you got a classic movie, unless you're going to add something to it, then why are you doing it?
The next Guillermo del Toro movie is coming out. It's called Nightmare Alley. That's a remake from 1947. And
and you think it's going to have anything to do with really the original 1947 movie other than some common themes? No. Of course not.
Well, I've watched the 1947 one, and I've seen the trailer of this one, and I think they're going to be very similar, but it's going to have a twist. It's going to have a twist. It's not going to be the same movie, but it's got the same characters, the same. I was calling people. I was like, oh, he's going to be this guy. He's going, and I was right. It's cool, man. It's cool. It looks awesome. But yeah, they're definitely doing some different stuff. They've got better technology. They've got color TV now. I mean, like, they didn't have that in 1947, so it's a black and white movie. But anyhow, yeah, man, this movie was I thought it was really good. It's got Jessica Biel in it. What's the fella's name that plays the sheriff? He's the guy that's in
yeah, the guy. He's an actual Marine. He's an actual retired Marine.
Is he
the
Full
guy
Metal
from
Jacket? Is that what he's in?
Full Metal Jacket, right?
It's the drill sergeant from Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, and he actually uses one of the same lines from Full Metal Jacket in this movie.
Really?
Yeah, when the guy he's trying to get the guy out of the car or something. Fuck, I wish I could remember. He calls him a maggot. He calls him a maggot.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He's my favorite bad guy ever.
Good. He's good.
Because I feel like he's a bad guy in real life.
Well, listen, I want to say something about this movie, but I think it's important for whoever's watching to listen that maybe not have seen one of the other videos that I was on, that I'm not a horror guy.
Oh yeah, let's preface this, man. Steven's not a fan of horror, which is, well, it's not like an anti-fan, but he's not like me, where I have a horror YouTube channel and I love this shit. It's all behind me. No, that's one of the reasons why Nick and I love to have Steven on the show. I couldn't do it without laughing, bro.
Dude, you promised me a YouTube channel where you and him are the co-hosts.
No. I didn't promise. I didn't break my promise, sir. That's coming.
Is it? You haven't released the name to the public.
It's a weekly show. I don't want to release the name yet because
so good.
Because it's so good, and I want to get a couple of episodes lined up. Because I'm trying to figure out how to do it. I'm working on a Wrong Turn 2021 movie review, and I think I might have my co-host do that one with me. But
incredible.
But yeah.
Has he seen it? Has he seen the 2021 Wrong Turn?
Well, we watched it together one night.
Okay.
I was in my skivvies, so.
So was he, apparently.
He was.
Man, he just gives me the sex eyes the entire fucking time we're recording.
His theme song is "Hungry Eyes," fool. Hungry eyes.
Look at you with the kids and the I don't know the lyrics, but I know how it goes.
But
so I don't know
why we like to have
horror,
Steven on the show, because he comes from a completely different vantage point. And I think that's really important for horror. I think it's really important for movie reviews in general, for directors to see this kind of stuff. I think it's important for the community of horror fans to see it, because if, as a community of horror fans, we don't get to figure out what people outside our community either are interested in or understand, then we're going to make movies that will never be successful enough for the people that we love to really make some money and continue to do the things that we want them to do. And I want nothing more than for people like Josh Rubin, as an example. He had no reason to let me do 2 interviews with him.
Yeah. And
he did anyways. So I am a forever fan. Like, he is a very nice guy. I'm forever a fan of that dude. And
that movie was pretty good.
David Howard Thornton, who played Terrifier, Art the Clown.
Mm-hmm.
Dude jumped on as my very first interview, man. That guy, I owe that guy my whole, if I ever blow up, I owe him my whole career, because he's what kept me going. So anyways,
didn't you get the pastor from UHF, the Halloween special or whatever?
Yeah, dude, bro, I don't play games, bro. I ordered that on a special edition VHS.
By the way, did you well, we're talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but House of a Thousand Corpses, they had Dr. Frankenstein on it or whatever.
Dr. Death?
No, Dr. Frankenstein was the guy that was hosting the Halloween movie marathon on TV.
Oh,
and it reminded me of
you had me so confused. Yes, yeah, dude. Man, yeah, we'll talk about that on the next episode. But yeah, man.
So I've only seen these movies for the first time in the last 6 months. Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I saw for the first time within the last 6 months. The original. And this is how terrible I am at all this. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is better than anything that I've watched for the show.
So let me go ahead. Do not yell at Steven, all right, folks? Like, first and foremost, if you want like a really cool experience, go back and watch all the episodes with him, and you'll get to watch him watch the horror movies for the very first time. And that's why we're doing all this Texas Chainsaw shit, is because that's what we kind of got on a tangent about the first time, and we just ran with it. So we've done Texas Chainsaw 1, Texas Chainsaw 2, the remake, and now House of a Thousand Corpses is coming up.
Which is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4, technically.
That's a whole nother conversation, sir.
You seriously, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, I can't tell you how many times I've watched on YouTube the clip of Dennis Hopper going into the chainsaw store to try out the chainsaws.
Oh, Jesus Louises, come on. I'm listening to you still, brother.
I thought you were blocking my face.
No, I was jacking off. I didn't want you to see me.
Yeah, sure. That was quick. Usually you take a little longer.
No, I'm still doing it. You just can't see because I got a tiny penis. Not made for children under 18, folks.
Jesus, yeah, no, I don't think any penis really is, technically. Anyway, before we lose the last 2 or 3 viewers that we got.
To catch a predator's knocking on my front door. I'll be right back. Jesus. I'm like, no, sir, it was a joke. He's like,
right,
oh, okay,
we're joking.
Carry on. He's like, sign this document, carry on. Here's a sign for your front yard. I'm like, fuck. It's like, this guy's
You're like,
not a
another
one?
Another sign?
This guy's not a predator, but he is in fact an idiot. So just watch out. Fucking all my neighbors are walking by laughing. Fucking dummy. All right. Let's actually buckle down here, Steven.
You want to talk about this movie?
I was thinking about it.
All right. Do you want to hear what I have to say about it?
I absolutely do.
I think that this movie's biggest weakness is the fact that it's tied to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think that if I didn't know there was such thing as a 1973 Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, or that they changed the name of this and maybe Leatherface was a different villain,
okay,
and it completely was disconnected, I think this movie is a decent horror movie. I really do. Okay. But the fact that while I'm watching it, I'm looking for those comparisons. No matter what, you can turn your brain off and watch a movie, but it's going to eventually kick back on and be like, oh, how is that different from what I saw in the 1973 version? How does it compare?
It happened to me.
No matter what you do, you're going to compare it. And honestly, other than, the modernization and the aesthetics, and I mean, Leatherface looked, better. I like the fact that we got to see his face. I really do. I like that. Other than all that stuff and the actual like gory parts of the kills that were look slightly more realistic and more focused.
Okay.
I don't think that the feeling, any of that stuff compares to the 1973 version. None of it.
Interesting.
I was extremely distracted, and this is just, I guess, the fucking pervert in me, but like Jessica Biel in her prime in that outfit.
That's true.
I could not, I mean, it was too much for me to handle. I mean,
I've actually talked to people that they thought the biggest weakness of the movie was the fact that they casted her in the movie.
Yeah.
Because she is a relatively decent actor.
Yeah.
And she's so pretty, at least
fucking
in this part of her life,
gorgeous.
That like they said almost the same thing. Now I don't have an issue with that. I just love. I truly love this movie.
Mm-hmm. I think there was too much focus on the sheriff. I absolutely think there was too much focus on the sheriff. He was the star. He was the star of the movie.
I think that's pretty accurate. I do wrestle back and forth between which movie I like better. I really do.
Between the 1973 and this?
Yes.
Wow, that's a bold statement.
Well, there's some reasons. After watching it this time, I'm pretty confident in saying that the 73 version is just unequivocally better. I haven't seen this one in a little while, so when we were deciding to watch it, I was like, that's why I was so down, because I hadn't seen this one in a while. So I think at this point, I'm ready to say that the final winner would be Texas Chainsaw Massacre Original. And look, some people are gonna go, of course it is, blah, blah, blah. No, dude, look, it's subjective. If you don't agree with me, you don't have to. If you're gonna be a prick about it, then we can argue, but why don't we just say, okay? Some people are gonna be like, that's gonna offend some really hoity-toity people, and I would imagine there's a large percentage of the people that it would offend that haven't even seen either one of the movies. So, sure. Whatever. Go watch them both, then come talk to me and tell me why you disagree, and I'm happy to listen.
I'll tell you this. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say, but watching it this time, there were some things I didn't like about it. One of those things was that the sheriff, while a great character and an amazing guy to watch on screen, there was too much focus. I didn't like the little boy in it very much.
Yeah. Well, let's just say in general, there was too many side characters that had really nothing to do with the plot. The original, you got the family, the 3-member family, if you don't even count Grandpa.
Well, this family was like, this whole thing was a family. There was a whole clan of people.
Right.
And
right.
I get it.
Now you're getting into Hills Have Eyes territory and all that.
Correct.
Shit.
And I understand what they were doing, because they had to have some red herrings. They had to have it a little bit different than the original. I get it, because, dude, I would say at this point in my life, maybe 10, 15 years ago, I wouldn't have been smart enough to think this way. I think now if somebody offered me $10 million to make a movie like this, and they're like, we want you to remake the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I'd go, no, thank you. Like, I don't want to be shit on for the rest of my career. Like, no.
Yeah, give me 1 million and an original script and let's do it. You know what I mean?
Shit, give me 1 million the same script. Let me call the guy something else. I'll make you a movie.
Yeah. Like I said, if you could change the name of this, swap out Leatherface for some other giant scary person, you could have made a movie called, you know,
House with Thousand Corpses.
Texas. Don't even fucking get me started on that.
So okay,
Christ.
so but I do like it. I like the realism of it because it's a better shot movie, it's a better acted movie. But that doesn't
100%.
always matter because I like movies that are bad acted a lot, and I like a lot of them more than I'd like better movies, quote unquote. But I did get a refresher course in this one since I've watched all this stuff so recently. I was able to really pull back these references, and yeah, man.
Well, listen,
it was sleek, it was pretty, it was well acted. It just was also a little too busy.
It was busy. That's a great word for it. You know, let me talk about the strengths of this movie.
Yeah,
in my opinion, of course. In my opinion, is like you said, the performances. Whether there was too many of them, whether the focus was wrong, the performances were obviously 10 times stronger. And I don't just mean even Leatherface. I mean, the scenes with Leatherface chasing Jessica through the lockers and all that shit, actually very good. The hanging meat and all that.
Yeah.
All that was done well. I like the characters of the kids, of the 5 people. They were actually fleshed out. You know what I mean? The 5 people had characters. The woman who kills herself at the beginning was a nice performance and a character within herself.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Okay, so yeah, I'll talk. Yeah, I want to bring that up in a minute.
You know what I mean? And then of course we talked about the sheriff, the guy, the old man that owned the house with the no legs. I mean, his performance was great. You know, I mean, I even liked those 2 in the trailer that she thought that she was safe at, and didn't think that these people were part of this whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how the hell she fell for that, but I thought the performance was great. Of course, the shot, the look, the feel. I thought that it took a little bit too long to get to nighttime. I thought that there was a lot of things at the beginning that could have been scarier if it was dark outside or even dusk. It was really bright, and it was hard for me. Now, Midsummer is probably the only movie I've ever seen that is completely bright the entire time and colorful and beautiful that scared the shit out of me. You know,
I tried to tell my friends that movie terrified me, and they didn't agree. I thought it was
bro, and I don't even know what terrifying. Like, it's not like I was like I couldn't sleep at night. It's just I left the movie theater feeling very uneasy, and it's hard for a movie to get me to react like that. I'm talking about Midsummer, by the way. But anyway, the point is that I think that the shots looked 10 times better, clearly, but I think that they suffer from not getting to the nighttime quicker.
It's kind of like having like a 2021 Camaro, but your buddy's got like a 78 Camaro, needs a paint job, but it looks dope as fuck. Sounds real good.
Exactly.
Sometimes it breaks down.
That's a great analogy.
Sometimes it breaks down. You got this nice sleek car, and you're like, okay, my car's dependable. It looks real nice. Yeah. And you're like, but that car gets me the girls. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the one. That's the one that my wife wants to jump in. Not wearing.
That's 100% great. That's a absolutely perfect analogy of these 2 movies. I didn't hate it by any means. I didn't feel invested in it though. I didn't feel.
I think the first half is better than the second half, which I didn't realize that until like right now.
You know, it's weird. I might have to disagree with that. I might have to flip that. I really like the ending scene. They got me with the whole trying to hotwire the truck. Yeah. But it wasn't the truck. Yeah. It was actually the police car. Yeah. They got me with that. Even though it's not realistic, clearly the guy's going to hear the fucking thing start up and all that bullshit, whatever.
Well, it was pouring as rain, maybe not. I like that they added the rain because the rain was an element that might make it where she could do that realistically.
I agree. But I love the locker scene. The locker scene I thought that was a fantastic scene.
The reason I say that I like the first half better is because the first half of the original is almost unbearable because of that fucking guy in the wheelchair. It's so hard to watch that dude and not just throw something at the screen.
I thought that the dude that kind of replaced him in this did a really good job of also agitating us.
Yes, but he was a much more likable guy.
I understand, but he was also very agitating, and I thought he did a good job.
Talk about the guy with the glasses and the underbite?
Yeah, who's obviously supposed to be the guy in the wheelchair, the one that doesn't have the girl, and the nerd of the group and all that stuff. I thought he did a pretty fantastic job. Also, like being the least likable character in the group.
Yeah, but when they picked up the girl, I was like, oh yeah, there's a hitchhiker in this one too. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh dang! Like right when I thought about it, I was like, oh yeah, she's about to do some gnarly shit. Like that is one of my favorite scenes in any horror movie because she pulls a revolver from her vagina.
Yeah.
And blows her head out, and then a shot is from the back. Mm-hmm. So it pulls the camera through her head, and then her head falls back. And it's clearly not her real head or a person's head.
Right.
But it looks very B-movie to me. And the fact that they did it that way and they didn't try to use some garbage-ass CG, I thought was fantastic, dude.
And let's not forget the best part about that scene.
Do what?
The best part about that scene is when they cut back and the smoke is just coming out of her mouth. I thought that was
bro, that's my favorite part of the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like hands down, like without even.
I agree. That was a great scene. I'll tell you. Look, let me sum this up, and then I'll just this will be my final summation as far as how I feel about this movie. The original, you've got the scene, the very first kill. Do you remember the very first kill? It's almost exactly the same as the very first kill in this movie.
Wait,
they
when
go
he gets
to use
buddy
the phone,
and drags him into the thing and puts him up on a hook.
Remember, well, yeah, but I mean, talking about the very first time you see Leatherface, right? There, it's well lit. It's daytime. They go into this house to use the phone. Out of fucking nowhere, a door opens up. The dude mallets the dude in the head.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so he pulls him inside. When I saw that in the 1973 version, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, where the fuck did that come from? That was both hilarious and gnarly, and oh shit, the ride has begun, right?
Yeah.
In this movie, I didn't feel that. And that's what I'm trying to. That sums it up 100% for me.
I agree. I agree with that. I agree that when I saw the door slam in this one, dude, there's certain parts of movies, if you're gonna remake it, doesn't matter, dude. Yeah. You have to do it the same. Yeah. It's like a tip of the cap, dude. It's like, hey guys, there you go, and you go, ooh, I got the door slam. Yeah. Like, if I don't know, man, it's like
the meat hook was there, so that was good.
I know. I like the addition
of the salt.
Running through the laundry. And he comes up and runs and hits him with a chainsaw, and he falls. You don't realize it for a second, but that dude's leg is just gone.
Yeah. Until the next scene, you see it and the leg's gone.
You're like, yo, he just hacked this dude's leg clean off
in one swipe. I like the salt.
Oh,
I like that
scene.
Pack
his leg up like a piece of meat.
Yeah, like he's preserving it.
Yeah, butcher paper. They're drying him out. They're salting him up. He's like, I felt the meat, that little twine.
Yeah, that's the only scene where I actually like felt the pain.
Bro, I was like, oh, I forgot about this.
Yeah, I can't imagine what that would have felt like.
Horrible, Steven. Horrible.
Yeah, I guess horrible is the answer. Sure.
But yeah, man, I like this movie a lot, but I think I have to like pump my brakes a little bit on the comparisons as far as like I stood on that hill for a while, man. I thought it was a better movie for a long while. I still think Dawn of the Dead remake is better than the original. So anybody wants to argue, we can argue about that.
Never seen either one of them.
We'll get to those eventually because those are movies you gotta watch, bro.
Yeah. Was that J.C. Romero? No.
George A. Romero is the one that did. Romero was the one that did the original, and then fuckface that did.
Some famous director did the second one.
Very famous director. He did not Sin City. He did
Zack Snyder.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude. I mean, are we rating this thing
asked
or
me,
what?
Where's the knife crime t-shirts come from? I'm like, do you not listen to anything that I say at the beginning of my video?
Yeah. Where's that 4X knife crime? You know what I'm saying?
I got 3Xs. I'm trying to find 4Xs.
Well, let me just try to get down to a 3X and then I'll call you.
That'll work too, but I got 3 people that want 4Xs, so I'm not even joking. I'm actually looking for 4Xs.
All right.
Yeah, as soon as I get them, I'll hit you up, bro. You know that.
I like the one with the hand.
You know, that's a picture of like something that happened to me in real life.
No.
Yeah, I got a scar in the same exact place on both sides of my hand.
Oh well, now I definitely want that one.
Yeah. My mom knew exactly what that was from. I showed her a picture of it. She goes, "That's tacky," and I was like,
too soon, Mom. Too soon.
Dude, that shit was 24 years ago.
Yeah, too soon.
But That's people are so strange. Sorry. Well, I have to. With the baby, I just always look at my phone because I'm always worried she's gonna message me. I hear her make a noise. I'm like, is something going on? Anyhow, okay. So, what were the major differences in the two movies?
Too many characters.
Okay.
I love the focus
in
the
remake.
In the remake, absolutely. I think the original, you didn't even know the scope of it till like the very end, the last scene, and it was only 4 people, and if you're counting Grandpa, and it's like this one, I don't even know who was involved and what the hell that kid was doing there. I don't know anything about any. I don't know what was happening. Like, did the sheriff also live at the house when they called the sheriff and they said they're on their way and the sheriff was already here? Was it a different sheriff? I don't know what was happening. There was just too many people. There's too many moving parts. Why not focus on Leatherface, the family, the dude in the wheelchair? I thought that it wasn't focused. I thought it was scattered. I thought that it lacked the heart of the original. I thought that this was pretty much, and I don't want to say like phoned in, because I don't think that the acting performances at all were phoned in. I
don't think they phoned this one in. It's a big production.
But I think the director almost like was just trying to just polish up, like you said, polish up an older classic car, instead of like, okay, I'm either gonna remake this entire fucking thing and go crazy with it, or I'm gonna stick to the original. I don't think that they went far enough in either direction. See what I'm saying?
I will say I think they would have benefited from a smaller budget, and that's not a common thing to say about a movie like this. Generally, you're like, man, they would have benefited with some more money, but no, I think they would have benefited with being forced to use their creativity a little bit more.
I agree with that.
I think that when you go make a movie like this, like let's say somebody said, hey, pardon me, you can remake Halloween, but we don't want a sequel. We want a remake. Rob Zombie, for as much as I do not like the Halloween remake, made a different movie. I have to commend him for that, because there's a lot of people like me that shit on that movie, but it's a different movie. It's got the same characters in it, but it's got a different movie. It's a different movie, man. The way he got that way is different. Michael Myers as a general, his whole shtick is different. I mean, it's a different movie, and a lot of people don't like it. They turned him into like some white trash family, and he was like
he's a fan of that mantra, isn't he?
Have you seen a picture of him?
So that's just his biopic.
That's just, dude. That's how he rocks, dude. And I'm not even mad about that. We'll talk about that later. But I like that aesthetic. Not for Halloween. Halloween's an art movie, man. It's a perfectly made horror film.
Can't wait to watch that someday.
Oh, we'll get to that one soon, bro. We gotta watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre from the beginning first, though, with Matthew McConaughey and Reese Witherspoon.
Dude, I saw like the picture of McConaughey.
Not Reese Witherspoon, excuse me, Renee Zellweger.
I want to see it because I saw like the cover of it, like the picture on thing.
Amazing.
Really?
If you like the second movie and you don't like this one, I would love to know why.
I fucking love the second movie.
Yeah, I think you'll like this one too. I think you're gonna make people so mad because I think you're gonna like this one a lot. Now, look, dude, is that movie anywhere close to as good as the first one? No, but dude, at one point, Matthew McConaughey comes running out the front door with like a knee brace on, hobbling, bro. This thing's like all mechanical, and he's all acting all crazy. I'm not gonna tell you what he says because it'll spoil some stuff, but he just starts screaming and stuff, and you're like, yo, where's this Matthew McConaughey for everything else, dude?
I was gonna say, what kind of range has he got there?
It's very, very, very B movie, dude. And it's like, he was young, Zellweger was young, and they got thrown this bone, like, y'all want to be in Texas Chainsaw movie? They're like, hell yeah. It just turned out to be like, swing and a miss. And it's like, but I love it, bro. It's a movie that I truly do like watching. And I think you'll dig it and you'll appreciate it for what it is.
And it was supposed to be like a prequel to the original?
I can't remember. I think so.
Was it called The Beginning? Right?
Yeah, I think it is a prequel. Yeah, and it's like, dude, it's zany, bro. It very much reminds me of the second one a lot.
Oh,
not the same movie.
Then I'm in.
Yeah, it reminds me of it a lot.
Dude, Dennis Hopper rolls up these dudes' lair singing with 2 fucking chainsaws strapped to him in a cowboy hat and a bolo tie. I mean, you can't. There's nothing better than that.
I
Nothing.
might start wearing bolo ties with button downs on my show just to be an asshole.
Dude, I'm in. Because Hopper, ooh, something about that character.
Dude,
I love it.
I'm looking at my co-host over here, and I keep thinking, dude, he needs like a leather biker helmet and like a dog collar on.
I don't I don't know. I just got turned on, so we need to move on.
But yeah, dude, it's a good movie, man. It's not as good as I remembered it being, but it's a good movie.
So you want to rate it or what?
Yeah, I think I still give it like a 7 out of 10. Way above
that's
average.
Lower. That's lower than I thought, since you said you liked it so much.
Yeah, I'm trying to be more realistic with my grading. I grade them on a sheer entertainment level, though. I don't grade them on anything else. I don't.
But you were talking about a minute before we started this video that there was neck and neck with the first one.
Yeah, no, I was just antagonizing the viewer.
Okay. This is about a 6.5 for me.
Do what?
Sorry, this is about a 6.5 for me.
Dude, anything above a 5 is, in my opinion, a rewatchable movie because a 5 is middle of the road.
Oh, absolutely. This is. I mean, there are some dog shit horror movies out there, which is why I'm not into.
There really are a lot of bad movies in the.
I mean, almost. And this is the part where you're gonna know why I don't do horror and I'm not on. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is almost every single horror movie that anybody's said, oh, you gotta see this, it's fucking amazing. I'm talking about like not a classic, just like something that came out 2 years ago.
Yeah,
you gotta fucking watch this, amazing. It's always fucking dog shit. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's not a good movie. It's predictable. It's a linear plot. It's a bunch of gore for gore's sake. It's nonsense. It's terrible. But those
are the movies I like.
Yeah, I know, and that's what the horror genre is about, and I get it. Like that fucking bullshit movie that you fucking like. Oh my god, what is that movie where it's like a bunch of shorts and the two people became like a puddle and they melted together?
No, that's not a bullshit movie, sir. That movie's greatness.
Fucking piece of shit. It's boring.
It's like probably the best movie of the last 5 years.
What's it called?
Period. I can't even remember.
The guy where they're in the video store and they're like talking about shit, right?
No, I'm trying to remember the name of it, dude. It's
That's what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful.
No, it's so awful. Good.
It's not good.
No, I genuinely like that movie, and I think it is a extremely well made movie. It's extremely well made.
And you know what's funny about that?
Budget. God damn it, it's gonna drive me nuts.
You're not alone on that, though. A lot of people that I know that watch horror get on there and rave about that movie, and I'm telling you, it's unwatchable.
Well, no, it's
unwatchable.
Scare package.
Oh my god, it's terrible,
dude. It's so good. Let's see.
There's no entertainment value in that fucking movie.
Well, there's literally nothing but entertainment value in it.
Boring. It's predictable. It's something that a literal.
Dude, hold on. How in the absolute fuck is that movie predictable?
Because it's just like, oh yeah, okay, you know this is gonna go to shit. Okay, oh they're out in the woods and oh okay,
dude, it's an anthology movie. There's literally no way it could be predictable.
It is. It's predictable because it's just predictable shit. You know that the story is not gonna have any substance to it. There's not gonna be any rhyme or reason for this happening. Like, oh, okay, this guy's in a cult where they go out and they fucking kill people. Oh, wait, here's the twist. They're actually the good guys in the story. Like, oh, fucking cool. It's terrible. That was that movie, right?
No.
That wasn't that movie?
I don't think so. That doesn't sound familiar to me.
There was like a group of husbands that were like going out and like in a, oh, fuck. I'm sure that was that movie.
It might have been a part of it.
They were.
Yeah, my memory is like legendary bad.
I know.
But no, I mean that movie is wonderful. Now there's like one slow part in it that I can recall, but otherwise it's a really fun movie. But whatever, man. I'm not gonna argue with you. I don't really give a shit.
No. That's what I'm saying. I know that I'm on the wrong side of this argument for horror people. The only reason I bring it up is because I'm going to show you that I don't get it. This genre is something. It's not for me.
Well, I can understand why people don't like that movie though.
And
First off, anything that's anthology is going to be hard to make a broad audience enjoy it.
Yeah.
So that off the top, that's going to make it 50% of people aren't going to like it right off the bat because of that. So I mean, anthology movies are really hard to make. I do like that one a lot, but they're hard to make, dude. They're hard to make good for sure.
But I'm saying the only reason I bring that up is because 95% of the crap that I watch on people's recommendation is just unwatchable. But this one,
have you seen Terrifier?
I have.
You like that one?
Yeah, because I know what that is. Yeah, I know Terrifier. Yes, I like Terrifier.
Okay.
First of all, it's a clown. You can't beat a clown movie.
No, you can't. They're fucking terrifying. But
yeah, I clown movies great. I like clown movies. But anyway,
okay.
Which is the only redeemable part of House of a Thousand Corpses. But
it's definitely the best part.
Hands down. It's not even a question. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Sid Haig, dude. R.I.P. Sid Haig.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003, decent enough movie, pretty good acting, got a couple of pretty good scares. We're very well made movie, just doesn't have the same big dick energy that a 1974 Camaro would have versus a new one. And
thank God for Lizzo. Thank God for Lizzo, because that term really just sums up a lot of stuff.
Wait, Lizzo?
Yeah, big dick energy.
What's Lizzo got to do with that?
I don't know. Didn't she fucking make that famous in her song?
I've never heard that song before. I've been saying big dick energy since I was like 15.
Well, then you need to copyright that, sue her, because she's the one that made it famous.
I'm not gonna talk about Lizzo because I'm gonna get canceled if I do. But I fucking hate that woman.
Really?
I hate her.
I mean, I guess you could say that since you're from the same town. So
it's an embarrassing fact that she's from Houston. Fuck Lizzo.
Wow. Well, she's from A-Leaf. Do you count?
Look, man, if you're gonna be big and beautiful and proud of it, then do not let me catch you crying on the internet, literally tears, because people are making fun of you for being fat. You go outside and you wear a bikini and you're like 310 pounds. What in the fuck do you think is going to happen?
Yeah,
do I sponsor that and think it's okay? No, I don't think bullying is okay. But when you bring it upon yourself and then you cry about it, it makes no sense.
Yeah, but maybe she's just crying because the world is the way it is.
No, she's crying because she's a fucking coward, dude. Get on there and either be proud of yourself, or maybe you should eat a little less. Maybe you should exercise a little bit more, or maybe you shouldn't wear bikinis in public.
You're talking to a big guy here, so obviously it's we're on different sides of the coin here. But,
no, dude, I am severely overweight. I need to lose about 50 pounds.
You don't even know what severely overweight is, bro.
Okay. I'm not gonna argue with the semantics of what overweight is and isn't. What I can tell you is, if you think that somebody that wears a bikini that size is gonna go out and ask for the attention, then gets the attention she
that's
asked
the problem. For. Nobody's asking. She's not asking for the attention.
Yes, you are. If you get on the cover of a magazine, nationally syndicated magazine, and they're like, hey, look, you can either wear like this thing, it's like a one piece, they got a little shawl that goes over your shoulders, or you can wear this two piece and you can put big is beautiful underneath it. And then somebody goes, no, it's not. They're not allowed to have an opinion, but you can go out there and dress like that. The fuck you can.
I think that body positivity is an awesome movement. I really do. It's a struggle for people like me in general to accept that people are beautiful the way they are. And I think that when people go out there and put themselves out there. Now, of course, they're going to cry because the world is a piece of shit world. And that no matter what, they're going to want to tear you down. Whether you're fat or a different race or a different sexual orientation, whatever, they're going to want to tear you. That's their point. That's their whole life. They're going to tear you down.
Sure, so trolls are shitty people.
Exactly.
We can agree on that.
And it's different, though, to cry about something because the world is a piece of shit place versus cry because you're getting made fun of. I think there's a distinction there.
No, she's not crying because the world's a shitty place.
No, I think Steven. She is.
She's crying because literally the only reason she was crying is because people were making fun of her.
Because
look, dude,
the world's
people wouldn't say those things if she didn't put herself in those positions.
But
look,
that's a pioneer.
Hold on, bro. Let me finish my thought and you can say whatever you want. I was sitting there listening to you and I don't agree with what you're saying.
Okay, I think
it's wrong. Look, body positivity is one thing, but promoting healthy living is also a thing, dude.
Sure, I agree with that.
Look, but now we've gone so far into accepting people for who they are, quote unquote, that they're saying it's okay to be this. Dude, look, It's not okay. It's extremely unfucking healthy, dude. And when you're putting these people in positions to go and show your children this is okay to be like that, maybe you should say, no, if you end up like this, it's okay to love yourself and people should be nice to you. I agree with that, dude. I'll tell you the story after this that you're not going to believe, man. You probably will believe because you know me. But like, dude, no, it's not okay to get on there and cry about that when you're preaching, I have thick skin and I can do what I want and I can be me and you can't bother me because of it. Because that's what her message is that she's her and you can't bother her because she's thick skinned and she's a big girl. She's big and beautiful. And then she does these things. And then I've watched it. I've watched it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Have you listened to her music? Because I have.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, that's her message.
No, her message is you can't bother me. It's that this is who I am. Agree
to disagree. But, you know, when you put yourself in a position for 1,000, it's just like the woman that's super quote unquote attractive that wears a shirt with her fucking V-neck to her navel and then gets mad at you for staring at her tits. You don't get to get mad about that. I'm sorry. You don't get to. You walked out the door in a public place with your shirt like that. If some guy's doing this shit, looking at you, now, if they say something to you, maybe they should cross the line, maybe they won't. But if they're just looking at you and you get to go, you don't get to stare at me, the fuck I don't, man. Put something on then.
I mean, I obviously completely disagree with everything you're saying, but...
How? Explain that. Okay, explain to me how somebody can wear a shirt that draws attention to you, okay? It's a shirt that's...
You're putting the blame on the person.
Do what?
You're putting the blame on the wrong person in that
scenario.
No,
you're not. I'm not putting the blame on anybody. I'm saying that if you do that, you know, okay, are you telling me that they went outside, they had no clue somebody's going to see them? Because that's what you're saying. You're saying no, it's not their fault, that they have no idea. Look, I'm not saying that it's okay that people are bullying anybody.
They have an idea. They know what's going to happen.
Correct.
Then but they're hoping that it doesn't. Happen, they're hoping that the world no,
they're not. They do, but you can't.
They're hoping the world changes.
It's not real. It's not. That's a fantasy.
But that's only a fantasy land because it's in the current environment right now.
But that's not going to change.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong.
You are 100% wrong.
How so? Explain that to me.
Because anything that requires a change, anything that requires a shift, a mind shift. It's not, you don't have to stare at somebody else because their breasts are hanging out. You don't have to.
I didn't say you had to. I said
that's literally what you're saying. You're saying it's absolutely you're saying it's uncontrollable. You're saying men can't control themselves.
No, that's not what I said.
Have to stare at them.
Where did I say that?
You just said, what do you expect is going to happen? Of course I'm going to stare. Like you don't have a choice to stare or not to stare.
Look. Me saying,
so then why stare?
Can I finish my sentence?
You asked a question. I was answering the question.
Am I good?
You're good.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, of course men can control themselves. I'm saying they're not gonna. They never have in the history of human beings, okay? It's never, ever, ever been different. So how are you gonna tell me that it's expected to be different? It's not. It's not gonna change. Ever.
I think the expectation...
It's never, ever going to change.
I think the expectation is to try.
But okay, look.
That's the expectation.
Sure, you can try. What I'm saying is you're wasting your time. It's not going to change.
I honestly believe that it's such a simple, small-minded thing to say that things can't change. I really do, because let's think about...
Dude, I don't give a fuck if
and I don't mean to be...
Dude, I've thought about this...
I don't mean to be like super dramatic about this.
I don't care if
like,
you're dramatic at all. We're friends. We're going to be friends after this conversation.
No. What I'm saying is the comparison that I'm about to make. But there's a lot of things that were in the world that were 100 years ago from this date, 1921, whatever, that people thought there is no way that it's going to be acceptable for a black person to use the same drinking fountain as me. You know what I'm saying? And I know that it's a little bit dramatic to make that comparison.
It's a lot bit dramatic, but okay.
I understand that. But
I don't think they're even close to the same thing.
It's not. But all I'm talking about.
It doesn't matter.
All I'm talking about here is the mindset of the person. That's all I'm talking about.
I understand what you're saying, and I would
about how the change isn't possible.
99% of the time, I'm very optimistic about things. All right, things have happened to me in my life that would crumble other people, dude. I'm an optimistic person, man, but I'm also realistic, dude. And no, men aren't gonna change. Men are, dude, there's parts of us.
But I have changed. I personally have changed. I'm here to tell you that. I have absolutely changed. I thought it was acceptable when I was in high school to say that's gay, or oh, that's a faggot shit. You know, I used to say that. When I was in high school.
Okay.
I have realized how hurtful. Oh, I'm sorry.
You've done that to me every time, dude. It's pissing me off, man.
Just a conversation, bro. Okay. All right. My bad.
No, because every time I'm making a point, you just cut me off and say something that I understand where you're coming from.
Okay.
I know people can change. I'm saying in this aspect about this situation, people aren't going to change. Men are always going to be attracted to women. Always. We're never going to be, oh my God, dude. Are you fixing to say that that's not the case?
I wasn't going to say anything because I didn't want to get jumped down my throat to say anything. I had to wait till you were finished the thought. But there is a distinction between attracted and the male gaze. Those are two different things. How is that wrong?
Sure.
How is that wrong?
My point
Go ahead.
My point is that when you invite criticism, I'm not saying that it's right or okay for the person then to give you the criticism. I'm saying it's always going to come your way. It may be from one person or 100 million people, but it's always going to come your way.
No argument there whatsoever.
It's never going to change.
No argument. Well, that I agree with that.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Then how
100%.
in the fuck? I don't understand what you're saying because you
but
just
for you to change
yourself.
Okay. Because for you to change your behavior, me personally,
people don't want to change.
No, listen, hold on. For me, let's say me as the woman in that situation that doesn't want to wear the skimpy outfits or whatever, for me to change my behavior because the other people won't change, that's where the distinction comes in.
I'm not saying you have to change.
That's where it's wrong.
I'm not saying anybody has to change. I'm saying you don't get to get pissed off.
They do have to
you
change.
go outside with a sign that says, look at me. Okay, are you telling me that, never mind, dude. Oh my, I can't believe your point of view on this. I'm very surprised. I think you're smarter than this, man. Because people, look, dude, living in a fantasy land is fine, dude, if you want to, but people aren't going to change. People aren't inherently selfless. They're inherently selfish. People are, dude, look at the state of the world, man. It's not getting better, it's getting worse. So where are you coming up with this whole, we're gonna get past this whole being mean to people shit? We're not. People are shitty, dude. The world's getting worse. The country's becoming a worse place to live. Dude, race relations aren't improving. They're fucking devolving back to the 70s, 60s, 50s, and 40s, man. And it's not necessarily the mindless groups of people's fault. It's the government and people with money and people that have influence, right? But those people are representatives of the small people, dude. They're always gonna be that way, man. It's impossible not to be. I would love for people to just be nice, dude. I preach be nice on my channel every single day. They're not gonna, because they don't have to. And you don't have a right to walk out your door and do something that's inviting a certain kind of response. You can go out there and do it. You have every right in the world to go out there wearing whatever you want. But you then don't get to get upset when you get the response you invited. If I walk up to you and I push you and you smack me in my fucking face and I get to go, wait a minute, you don't get to hit me. Yeah, but you pushed me. Yeah, but two wrongs don't make a right. You don't get to hit me. The fuck is, that don't make no sense, dude. So when you go outside and it's just like when I was younger. I used to wear like studded jackets and mohawks and fucking all that shit, right? And I got stared at. And then I would go, why are you staring at me? The fuck you mean, why am I staring at you, bro? You walked out your door asking me to stare at you, dude. Just like the woman that has giant fake tits that goes outside with a V-neck to her navel and then goes, don't stare at my boobs. Are you kidding me, man? I'm not even attracted to you. Me personally, I like skinny pale girls with little boobs, dude. But I'm gonna stare at that because it's fucking ridiculous that you're wearing that shit in the public. Like, have a little bit of class, dude. Like, we can argue about class and all that shit too, if you want to. Not you specifically, the collective you, but like, dude, we can argue about what's okay to wear in public. I don't really care. You can wear whatever you want. I don't care. You come outside naked if you want to, but if you don't think people are going to stare at you, you're mistaken. And you don't get to do it and then bitch and moan when people do what they're going to do inherently. Lizzo is a very large woman and she talks a lot of shit. And then she cries about it yeah, it's fucking annoying, dude. I don't like her because she doesn't, look, be you. When if somebody doesn't like me for something, cool, man. We can talk about it. If I have to apologize, I'll apologize. If I have to change my behavior, I will. I am a better person than a lot of people that I know. I'll just go ahead and say it. It is what it is, dude.
Right.
But I don't hold these expectations for general public because it's unrealistic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that there's just fundamentally too many things in this argument for us. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of blanket terms being thrown around, a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I think there's too many fundamentally micro little things to talk about and pick apart here for us to really continue this conversation and make it meaningful, right? I mean, we can agree
I don't agree with that.
right?
I think we can make it meaningful.
I think there's just too much here. I think there's too much
Maybe
to unpack here.
I'm willing to try, but that's the difference between me and you.
I'm not
7 hours right now about it. I don't care.
I'm not trying to shut it down. I think that there's too much of a vast difference in and I'm not saying that there's an unbridgeable gap here.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that at all.
No, I don't think you are. I'm not saying,
dude,
I'm just
8 hours from now.
I talk like I'm mad all the time when I'm not. People always think I'm pissed off when I'm not
worried about that.
No, I'm talking to the viewer right now. They're probably, this dude's an asshole, and I'm not really. I'm just, that's how I talk.
I mean, I've known you for what, 5-6 years now, and it's not. There's nothing personal here. It's two people that are.
If we could fix the world, people, trust me, we would get together and fix the world. This is I love Steven. This is my dog right here. This is my homie, dude.
And I love you too, man. I think everything that you do is uniquely you, and you don't change. I mean, listen to what you're saying right now on a podcast or on a broadcast that people are going to review and see and pick apart, and you're just doing it. And you're doing it. And you don't give a shit. I love it. It's
not even that I don't give a shit. It's that I believe what I say, and I say what I believe. I stand behind my look, man.
I agree with what you're saying. I agree with that.
People expressing themselves, and I would love to see a day where people could do things that I think are a little crazy and not be shit on for it. That would be amazing, dude. But I also think that we have to look at okay, what's a realistic expectation? And I just don't think that's a realistic expectation. Would it be nice? Of course. What kind of prick would I be if I was like, no, man, I don't want people to get along and be cool. Of course I do.
I just think that in the most simplest form that we can put this conversation in. And the crazy part is, I believe that you're this person. I believe 100% that I'm talking to this person that I'm about to describe.
Okay.
When somebody walks out of their house with the mohawk and studded jackets, you right now, when you see that person and you see, when you look at them and you go, fuck yeah, bro, you do you, right? That's you.
For sure. 100%. Okay?
You walk out somebody and they got a fucking bikini on and they're overweight and their shit's all hanging out. What do you go? Fuck yeah, do you?
Oh, dude, dude. Yeah, I'm not talking about my personal...
Listen, answer my question. Is that you?
Do you think that's me?
Yes, I do.
It is. Yes.
Yes, I do believe that's you. I believe that anybody can walk out of their house wearing whatever the fuck they want to wear and be whoever they want to be and express whoever they are. And I believe that you will look at them and go, fuck yeah, man, do your thing, bro.
Yeah.
I've know that's you. I've
also been judged, bro. But my thing is that I've been judged. So that's why I act like that.
Understand.
If I was never judged, I probably would be a little different.
What I'm saying,
the people that are acting the way I'm talking about aren't people that dealt with that kind of stuff.
I possibly, I don't know these people.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, I think that if you do what you're doing and you act the way you act, like we just agreed that you do, and I do the exact same thing. That's exactly what I do. I look at a big dude. I look at a big dude that's my size.
Yeah.
They roll in there with fucking chubbies that ride up to their crotch and pink with fucking stars on it.
That's amazing.
And they got, you know what I mean? I'm like, look at this motherfucker. He loves himself. He loves his body. He don't give a shit. Fuck yeah. I envy that person. I truly do, because I can't do it. Unfortunately, I'm not there yet. But I envy that person. And I think that if you are who you are, and I know who you are to the core, and I am who I am, and if people just started to understand it was okay to be yourself, then I think there could be a shift over the next 100 years. That's all I'm saying. That's literally all I'm saying.
Yeah, I 100 without a doubt % understand what you're saying. I wholeheartedly disagree.
Okay. The reason that it's possible. You're disagreeing that it's possible.
Correct. I think I would love for it to happen. Okay. But I also look at things and I go, man, dude, we're like regressing as a community, as a people, man.
Yeah.
I thought in 2021 that honestly, I thought there would be so many less black and white people because we'd all be fucking beige by now, dude. Like, I have a black brother-in-law. I just really thought that's the way we were headed, man.
Sure.
And it doesn't feel like it anymore, dude. Like,
yeah.
I think that there's a big difference in the way that you and I think. I think we think similarly for a long distance, right? And then there's somewhere where we just kind of veer off, because my sister also thinks in a much more similar way to you about maybe different topics, but similar, where she goes, yeah, man, the government, when I say like, man, I'm really worried about so-and-so with the government thing happening, all right, whatever situation's going on. And she goes, yeah, well, if they don't quit it, you know, maybe the government gets overthrown. And I literally laugh, and I'm like, that's never going to happen. And she's like, but it could. I'm like, but it can't. No, but it could. Like, we could rise up and take, I'm like, but it can't. It's just, it's this thing where I have a problem when people that I care about, and I'm not speaking on this situation necessarily, just in general, when people that I care about fucking don't see past this, because they don't, because this is good, and this is what they want to see, this is the thing they want to see happen. But back here in the real world, it's not that way, and it's not gonna get that way. And my sister does that shit to me, and it drives me nuts, man, because she just thinks that things that could happen, and I'm like, no, do what would actually happen is some people would get pissed off, and then the government would call the army into play, and the army gets taken care of financially by the government, so the army's going to go do what the government wants, and they've got bigger and more guns than anybody we know by miles. It's just like, yeah, I think that the people that I associate with are going to fucking high five Lizzo. All right, when I say she's an embarrassment, I mean that, dude. She needs to just fucking pick one side or the other, man. If you want to be big and beautiful and proud, dude, do it. Stop playing both teams, man. I don't have sympathy for people that do that shit to themselves. You don't see me walk around without my shirt on, bro. And I'm not fucking huge, but I'm overweight by a lot. I need to lose a lot of weight. My doctor tells me I need to lose weight, right? I understand there's a difference in you and I get it. And I understand where you're coming from. My mom is a pretty big person, okay? I've dealt with that. My sister's been a pretty large person her whole life as well. I get it. To a certain degree, okay? I'm not there, so I don't understand all of it, just like I don't understand being black all the way.
Sure.
But dude, man, I just don't understand. It is what it is, dude. You got to pick one side. When I'm speaking about her as a public person, it's okay to be comfortable in your own skin and happy and stuff like that. But maybe I saw a video of her like literally laying on a couch, talking about how she wasn't worried about what people were saying about her, and she was eating, I think, gummy bears. All right, that didn't bother me at all, at all. Like, not even a little bit. But literally, like, I was on Twitter. Like, I look at Twitter for my news in the mornings because I can't trust anything on TV, so I try to go find out stuff for myself if I can. And
from
I know
the source.
You don't just trust Twitter for what it is either, but like, I try to go look for stuff and go, okay, what's going on in the world? And I literally was like, it was like Lizzo's at it again, and I was like, I don't even want to look at this, so I didn't. And it still popped up on my feed anyways, and it was a video of her the very next day. She's talking shit the day before about how she doesn't care what anybody thinks about her. She's big and beautiful, and she's proud of herself. She's proud of her skin, happy in her own skin and all this stuff, right? And then the next day she's like, oh man, some people saw me in my underwear eating candy and made fun of me. Like, yes.
Yeah. I mean, you can kind of see how that would happen, though.
Do what?
I mean, you can see how that would happen, and also how somebody would feel.
Correct.
You can be a tough guy, whatever you want to call that. Obviously, that's the wrong term.
No, but I understand what you're saying.
But then you break down the walls the next day, and you're like, fuck, I can't take this world, and you react to that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know this because I haven't seen any of this, so I don't know.
I would like her to, like, maybe, like, let her show me a video of her having like a chicken breast and some fucking asparagus, right?
Now, see, so you're bringing up an absolute different argument that is by the way, when I say that's a valid argument, don't please for 1 second think that I'm saying anything you said other than that was not valid. But
no, I know. This is
what I'm saying about this argument is a very, very, very thin line between being proud of who you are and teaching healthy eating and healthy habits to the future. That's an absolute thin line. And I agree that there's so much that needs to be dissected about that.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot everybody could do on that end. Okay. It's not just Lizzo. I'm just saying, like, if she was going, even if she had like mashed potatoes and a Coke with her, right? But she's eating chicken breast, asparagus, mashed potatoes, and a Coke, and she's sitting at her table, not in her underwear, not in her night clothes. She's got a t-shirt on and maybe some jeans or something, and she's just having dinner. And she's like, yeah, I all you motherfuckers can kiss my ass. I'm happy with me. And she's just eating a regular ass meal at her table, looking regular, just t-shirt and jeans, right? And then somebody goes, oh, you fat, blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna personally get on there and go, dude, what's your deal, bro? Because she's not inviting criticism. She's just being a person. No, dude, I have friends that do this shit, man. And they're like friends of mine that get on there and invite criticism, and then they get mad when it happens.
And you know, if we're talking, if this is 100% true, and this is the last I'm going to say on it, if this is 100% true, and the person is just, and like I said, I don't know anything about what you're talking about. Sure. I just know Lizzo's music, and I've seen the music videos, and I'm like, fuck yeah, do your shit, girl. If the person is a phony and they're falsely representing this whole body positive movement, clearly I would have an issue with that.
Yeah.
Clearly. And if that's what you're saying, that
I don't know if I'm calling her a phony more than I'm just saying that you need to pick a team to play on, man. You can't be getting it from both sides. Either you're somebody that doesn't really like criticism, because she literally invites it. You don't get to invite it and then complain about it. That's my point. It has nothing to do with what's good, bad, right or wrong, nice or mean. It's you don't get to go, I'd like a cheeseburger, and then you get the cheeseburger and you go, what the fuck? I wanted a chicken sandwich, bro. Like, that's what it sounds like to me. You go outside and you go outside, put your dick out and you pee in the grass and you get a citation for public indecent exposure. Like, what do you expect, bro? Like, you're driving 95 miles an hour and at 65 and you get pissed because you got a ticket? Like, that doesn't make any sense, man. That's the kind of logic that I'm talking about here.
I mean, you can still get pissed that you got a ticket, though. Whether you knew it was coming, you can still get pissed that you got the ticket, right?
I guess, but I'm gonna call you an idiot and tell you to slow the fuck down. Like,
fair enough.
You know, it's fair enough. That's all I'm saying. Look, I support people that live in their own skin and are happy, and I absolutely, let me make this clear to anybody that's watching this still, I do not, at any point in time, support bullying, okay? That's not what I'm saying here.
That I can definitely second.
Yes, I don't do that shit, man. I'm saying you don't get to be the hero and the victim at the same time. It's not possible. You can't do that, because then people like me who aren't afraid of confrontation are going to call you on your bullshit, and then you got to deal with that. Because look, I would rather side with Lizzo and be like, yeah, I'm glad she's from Houston. Dude, how many things do I fucking shout about Houston, bro?
Love Houston.
I love my city, dude.
You sure do.
And I love everything from here except Lizzo, man. Get your shit together, Lizzo. And, you know, if you want to go have a chocolate shake, let's go have a chocolate shake, bro. I love chocolate shakes. But don't get mad when instead of a chocolate shake, you could have had something a little healthier and you didn't do it. Some guy pointed out.
Where are you getting your chocolate shakes from?
Doing that. I really like the ones from Alamo Draft House, oddly enough. They're expensive, but they're fucking delicious. And I need to stop drinking
choice.
them.
I would not have seen that one coming. What about Whataburger? Did they make a decent chocolate shake?
No, they make a great burger and fries, though. Sonic makes really good chocolate shakes. I like it's got to have real ice cream. Here's the thing, dude. I'll be honest with you, man. I understand your group that I don't fit in with the same feeling about body weight shit. I'm not comfortable with my body, dude.
I'm not. Please don't get me wrong. Stop. Let me stop you right there, and let me apologize, because if that's what I came across as, that's wrong. It doesn't matter what you actually weigh. It's about how you feel about it.
I'll be honest, man. It felt as if you thought that I couldn't relate, and I absolutely
you're right.
do.
You're right, and even though I do believe that we're on different levels here, and I think that's pretty obvious. I can
agree with that.
But at the same time, to dismiss your feelings about your body issues, that's wrong, and I shouldn't have done that.
If part of the fact that I have body issue, like things that I feel about myself, is why I get so frustrated with things like Lizzo, because I want to be an advocate for her and her lifestyle. I would love to be like, no, dude, why are you picking on her? Like, I was a little surprised when Adele went through all the changes she went. I was like, bro, I thought you were like happy because she didn't have those problems, because she didn't do the same thing. So I was really surprised. I didn't know she had some of the insecurities she had. I was almost a little sad that she lost a bunch of weight. I thought she was real pretty the way she was. Personally, that was my opinion, you know. But I just don't like people that get out there and like, it's like the dude that goes outside and like shouts some shit about, I don't know, whatever thing he's talking about, and then gets mad when some guy rolls by and goes, fucking idiot. Like, no, dude, you're out here shouting something that you know is abrasive. You know, you can't wear a MAGA hat to a fucking, you know, I don't know, anything in California, and then you get mad when you get fucking booed out of there. Like, of course, dude. Like, I'm just saying, don't invite criticism and then get mad when you get it. That's it. But this is probably a needed conversation, man. People need to hear about this stuff, man. Like, it is.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll find this on a horror
okay.
podcast.
It's perfectly fine. We talked about the movie for a long time, and this stuff needs to happen, man. This is how really great. This is how change is made. This is how I get proven wrong. Let's go, bro. I ain't even mad about it, dude. Like,
yeah,
I'm usually a very optimistic, glass half full kind of guy. I think I've just been burned a lot.
Let me stop you with that real quick, because I do believe that the surface of what our differences in this discussion is that I'm optimistic and you're pessimistic in this situation.
No, I just see my pessimism sometimes, and I see it in myself.
What I'm saying is, I think that's a really far too simplistic way to view what we've been talking about here.
Yes,
I think it's easy to say that if you're watching this and you're like, oh, one person's on the optimistic side, one person's on. Yeah. I think that's so simplistic.
No, we're definitely on the same team. We're just we have little bit different. We're not the same person. It is okay, but we have the same values. At the end of the day, we're the same. We have the same moral beliefs and values. I know. And
that common ground I think that we have is just fucking be good to each other and be kind to each other. That's it.
I think that's part of I think it's part of why it irritates me, because I want people to be better to each other. But when you make it not easy for that to happen, it's like, dude, you're part of the problem. Like, it just is what it is. You can get mad about that and disagree all you want, but facts are facts, dude. 2 + 2 still equals 4, even if you don't want it to. If you go outside and do something that invites an issue and then you get mad about the issue, it's like, yo, can we please all sit down and talk and go, okay, where are the boundaries at here? Okay, well, you can wear this outside. You shut your fucking mouth when they do. Okay? But there has to be some give on both sides. And I think a lot of times, a lot of people don't want to compromise. They only want their way.
Well, that's more apparent now than any other time. I think it's almost in history.
Very stressful. Let's go ahead and close this conversation down, because it is very stressful, though. And for anybody that's still watching, man, like, I love you and I back you up. If you check out my other channel, the first thing I say in my videos is that if you're dealing with any kind of mental illness, not illness, but like issues of depression, anxiety, drug addiction, alcoholism, bullying, depression, whatever it is, right? Bad day at work, you can contact me on my Instagram and I will talk to you. I'm not a doctor, but I've lived 40 years on this earth almost, and I've got 25 plus years of dealing with being bullied and being just having drug problems and all that shit. And I have talked to everybody that has reached out. So anything that I say comes from a place of love, and I got receipts. I can back that up. So please understand that we're just talking as very close friends. I would never tackle this conversation with somebody I didn't know, because it's fucking inappropriate. This is somebody I've known for years, and I care about him in a way that I would drive from Houston to Tennessee to help him out if I needed to. So just understand that this is something this is an important topic in a time right now where I think, even though this is a horror channel, we need to have tough conversations, because if we don't, who the fuck's gonna? So, maybe this will help somebody somewhere feel some kind of way that improves their life, and if that's the case, then we win. So on that note, we're out here, everybody. We'll see you on the next episode. We're gonna have House of 1,000 Corpses sans Lizzo. No Lizzo talk. And we will not talk about Insane Clown Posse either, sir. None of that.
Wait, why not?
Because, dude, they've got, never mind, I was gonna go on. I was about to open that jar up again. But in all sincerity, man, be kind, okay? Take care of yourselves. Be kind to everyone else. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Love you, Randall.
Fucking right.